Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back for another episode of Portal 2. Portal 2 in 2015, lots of things have happened, way more story development than in Portal 1. We are now working our way probably to the 4th, 5th story arc in the game. It would be hard to break them down, well for me because I'm not very smart, but it really does feel like in Portal 1 there was one story. It was just the escape story of Chell. Here we've had stories about Chell and possibly her being abandoned by her parents. We've had the whole story of Wheatley coming to power and taking over the system. We had the whole story of the facility and the area above where we are now. And now we're getting into stories of Cave Johnson and what GLaDOS' relationship to Cave Johnson is. So that's like 5 story arcs. We're on chapter 7, and they do feel
If you're
like
interested
chapters.
in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together, good as new.
Playing with this fluid gel. Fluid dynamics, as far as, well, that's not right. As far as what a CPU in 2007 versus a CPU in 2011 was capable of doing, it's pretty much night and day. They certainly tried very heavily to improve the fluid dynamics and reflections in water and all of that, and it was some major improvements. That it's one of the areas in graphics and rendering that still could probably be improved upon, but it's pretty good. We made some major improvement on it. It's just we can make some more improvement on it. Well, that rotates that. I'm not quite sure what all that does for us though. Alright. So, oh, this is a long jump. We start by putting this here. And then put that there. Okay, there's a nice long hallway here. Just paint that whole. This is more scripted fluid dynamics, I would say, than actual fluid dynamics. It's like the arrows are pointing the right direction. Wow. Did not really anticipate that or want that to happen. Oh, I guess I did. I guess I want to get up there and get that cube. Well, oops. So, let's try that again. Okay. I hit something over there. So let's see. I hit like an outcropping at an angle. So let's put a bounce. See if we can get a... Oh, don't want that. No. See if I can get this to fly at an angle. Yep, there we go. seems like both colors can paint over each other just fine. What I know of no real item in the world where one color would paint over the other perfectly. Alright, so I have a box now. What happens if I lose the box? Okay. I needed to test that just for my own personal education. So it just fizzles it and gives you another one, like it should. Wonder if there were too many times if I landed on this I would break it. So let's go over here and place the item on. Now putting the box on here will turn this. We're not quite ready for that though. Getting some pretty good distance here. So I want a portal here, and then I want the bouncy paint to paint the top of that. And so hopefully that worked. Yep, it painted that. And now I can turn it 180. Never seen a device that did that. So we've had a ramp and a turn introduced. They're old technologies, but really critical if you were going to try and make Portal 2 robust so people could make custom maps. And that's what I think they did. They tried. They're starting at this point to say, what would somebody who hadn't thought up our puzzles need to create a puzzle?
In case you're interested, there's still some positions available for that bonus opportunity I mentioned earlier. Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together here. We know how to put a man back together. So that's a complete reassembly. New vitals, spit shine on the old ones, plus we're scooping out tumors. Frankly, you ought to be paying us.
For another 60 bucks. This is a big puzzle. This is a big area. Way, way bigger than a testing chamber. Even some of the biggest testing chambers weren't. This section is completely unconnected to this section, is completely unconnected to that section. A lot of the bigger testing sections were testing chambers were do part A, then part B, then part C, and we might even unload part A while you're not looking. But this is a big area, and that's what the spheres in the programming mind represent, is that we could put an item all the way to the left of here and all the way to the right of there and have them interact. And maybe to a layman that doesn't look that far, but they can interact in this physics engine probably a million different ways. So that is quite a lot to have the entire area here be interactable in theory. Of course there is the poison liquid at the bottom, but I don't think they really need to enforce that always. Of course there's a ceiling, but yeah, this is a much bigger skybox play area. Skybox is actually what you see of the sphere. It's just, if you saw a sky, it would always be rendered, and it's basically just a painting to make it look like the picture is bigger and that. This probably isn't really a skybox as much as this is just a rendered actual model. Anyways, let's take the elevator and get to the next location instead of standing around talking. We're gonna get to a loading screen, and so I'll wrap up. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of the video. All of my social contacts are down in the notes for Twitter, Google+, Steam, and Battle.net. Are they gonna say anything? Nope. Okay, so we're done. Have a good evening.